In about a week and a half, the Oscars are upon us, and for some reason, two of the movies that seem to be among the favorites, guys, are sent us in one battle after another, when in reality they are two of the most overhyped movies in the century. Everybody's praising them like hell, when they in reality are highly average movies that never should have been nominated in the first place. If we talk about Sinners first, the movie has this deeper meaning that nobody seems to know about. Is it about the struggle of black people? Is it about making them look strong and tough? Or is it about black culture? Whatever it is, nobody has a good explanation about that. Nevertheless, the movie is praised like hell because it has a lot of black actors. You feel it is an average movie that would have had max a 5 out of 10 on IMDb if we had only white actors in this movie. Naturally, one might find it strange that we have to discuss this, but of course we have to do it, because just like Everything Everywhere All at Once, it seems that if you only throw up a bunch of minority actors, for example, in that movie you had a lot of Asian actors, the movie at a core can be of a much lower quality in total. Just because you support inclusion, that makes it some sort of agenda rather than trying to make a good movie. That will hop us on to my next point, which is that this is a vampire movie after all, and fair enough, this movie may be unique in its style and the mood it brings us, but nevertheless, if we look at From Dusk Till Dawn, the obscure movie from 1996, which is after all also a vampire movie, that was never close to being nominated. But throw in a couple of black actors and let Tarantino make that movie another time today, and it might have been nominated. That's how crazy this whole thing really is. That once again maybe shows how low the quality of movies has been in 2025 when a vampire movie can be nominated for Best Picture. A further criticism, and another reason why this movie is overhyped, comes down to the role done by Michael B. Jordan, the double role he does as two brothers. The reason this role is not as good as people say it is because Michael B. Jordan does not act that differently from when he is the other brother. For instance, Tom Hardy does a much better double role in a gangster movie called Legend, and Woody Harrelson also does the same in the second Now You See Me movie. So why this role is glazed like hell is something I feel hard to understand. Generally, it is also a very boring film, where you at times see very little happening, but I guess maybe the viewers should be there to hail the black culture, and it is perhaps a little bit cool with this blues fest, although I feel a performance done by the musician is far from the best I've seen when it comes to be playing the blues on stage. Generally, the dialogue and the hard attempts at making comedy on this vampire stuff is not entertaining because it starts fairly late in the movie. If we go on to the second overhyped movie in this case, that makes friendships go away if you do not like the movie, it seems. The first talking point will be the character called Perfidia Beverly Hills, where Tiana Taylor, for some oddball reason, has got the nomination, and she probably got that role in a blockbuster movie because she is the friend of Cardi B, which neither does the role very well because it plays just like Cardi B would, and manages to be the most annoying character in the worst 30 minutes of the movie, which of course are the opening minutes, just fooling around with Sally's sexual jokes and acting like a rap queen. Like I naturally said, the movie has a very dull opening. It has a better middle part and an okay ending with a little bit of tension, but generally there's nothing impressive about this movie. It is more of an agenda movie to simply hail a revolution on the left side of politics with free borders, a fuck you to ICE, to praise zero border control, so anybody can travel where they want and get into any country without any control whatsoever. So in more simple words, it is a woke Hollywood wet dream, and you could never have done the same today in a movie that would hail revolution on the right side of politics. If we talk about the acting, that's probably the best part of the movie, although Sean Penn is the only actor that really slays it here. In his fiery performance as Lockjaw, this macho general with a dark-seated crick that he likes black women. In his role, he is very good and acts very well, as opposed to Benicio del Toro or DiCaprio, that does not really come close to what Sean Penn does here. In this role as a hopeless alcoholic trying to find a right password and come into contact with this revolution group called Friends 75 or something like that, he used to be a part of, I feel that it does not really fit the role, as this guy that seems so hopeless and keeps on losing it. Although, of course, DiCaprio nevertheless plays well in this role. To just top it off at the end here, everybody talks about that car chase scenes at the end being so good and so full of tension, when in reality you've seen better car chase scenes in any James Bond movie, or for example in the Taken Free movie with Liam Neeson, but just like in Dune Part 2, where Austin Butler is hailed for being one of the best villains in a long time, I guess we just forget about other movies over time, and Galley's performances or scenes today to be so much better than they really are. Of course, now, one of these movies may very well win Best Picture, but that is more because of society push or agenda, mostly for the woke side for these movies to win Best Picture, rather than actually doing a fair attempt to make good movies, because in there are so many movies that are way better than these two even in 2025, which is not the best movie year.